right, we're back in front of the Pageant. Is it just the Pageant, or is this
the Pageant Theater?
That's it?
One of the best theaters in the country.
Well, I don't know. How do you know Atlanta doesn't have something, or Syracuse, New York, or something like that?
They do, but this is rated top 10 in many polls.
By whom?
By Pollstar, my friend.
Well, come on.
Top
Some
10.
guy, there's some guy, in the bedroom writing down, well, I'll just put, there.
It's made the cut. I've seen it.
Well, all right.
Top clubs. So
but it's not a club, it's a theater.
It's debatable. There is a bar, the Halo Bar, I believe it's called.
Yes.
Some people call it a club, some people call it a theater, some people call it a concert venue.
Okay. Well, hey, you should introduce yourself, for goodness sakes. Nobody knows what's going on. Who are you?
I am David Schulman.
Yes.
I'm Director of Marketing at Brown & Brown, and I do many other things as well.
That's it.
And a good friend of Dan Brown's for many years.
Yes, and
yes.
For a long time, I've probably seen at least 30, 40 shows at the Pageant. And I gotta tell you, it's a beautiful inside. Maybe they'll let us take a peek, and maybe they'll let us film a little bit. That'd be nice. But anyway, the best two concerts. I'd say, that's a tough one, but I would say Robert Plant. That's a pretty good one.
Do you remember why the Robert Plant concert happened here?
Yeah, because the Forest Park, it was something about Forest Park.
Lou Fest, they pulled the rug on Lou Fest, I think a few days before it was going to happen. Right. It was a money situation. Oh, so Robert Plant announced that he was going to play here. It was one of the toughest tickets to get.
And I was there. Yeah. And let me say this. I know I keep saying about my flat feet, but I had to stand like 4 hours. And I wanted to take off my shoes, but then I thought maybe the socks would start stinking and stuff, and so I grinned and bared it. And then I had to stand. I mean, that was, you were there too.
I was.
But you had a seat.
I think I did.
Oh.
Balcony seating at the Pageant is the way to go, I tell you. In my opinion.
I
Some
agree.
people disagree. Some like being on the floor.
But not the first level, and the first row, because they got that plexiglass there, and I'm like...
You're exactly right. There's a rail.
There is.
If it's a stand-up show, you're fine. If it's a sit-down show, the rail is
a detriment. Detriment.
Keeps people from getting injured,
what was the other one? I mentioned something else.
Peter Frampton.
Yeah, I saw Peter Frampton.
Yeah.
I want you... Oh, no, I can't sing that. I do. No. Don't even hum it.
Don't even
Oh, my gosh, I'll give a cease and desist order.
He'll come in from Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's Cincinnati, Ohio.
I think he lives there now.
He does.
I think he does.
Full
time.
Seems like a pretty... I bought his book. And I'm about a third of the way through it. And he's had a remarkable career. And, well, anyway.
Do you remember the band he started with before?
The Herd?
Try Humble Pie.
Humble Pie, but I think
the Herd, very good.
Was the first one.
Okay.
And then Humble Pie.
Okay.
And then he was going to go with Marriott, or what was his name? Steve Marriott.
Marriott, yeah.
And
he was in Humble Pie, wasn't he?
Yes.
I think you're right.
But you know what? It's kind of weird.
Music trivia here.
A lot of these people died, and everything. The 60s and 70s were wild times. Not for Dan Brown, though. Dan Brown was sitting in the law library for hours and hours and hours, learning the rule against perpetuities and all this other, I shouldn't say worthless, because if I say if it's worthless, then somebody's going to call me and say, the rules against perpetuity is you, no. It's like, please, settle down. It's not life or death or anything. So anyway, top concerts of yours. I would say...
Here at the Pageant?
Yes.
Wow. Greg Allman, but Trey Anastasio, lead guitar player of Phish, put on a mighty fine show here a few years back. Greg Allman Band, Peter Frampton,
Yes.
a little-known band called Camper Van Beethoven that some out there might be aware of.
I don't know.
Well, here's some trivia about them.
All right.
David Lowery, who is their lead singer, wrote all their music, is also the lead singer, wrote all the music for the band called Cracker. So
that Cracker band, oh man.
When they played here, one of his bands opened for the other band. That was a good show.
It was a good show.
But I'll tell you what, the most difficult ticket, I think, other than Robert Plant, I remember having to get for the pageant is when Green Day announced they were doing 2 or 3 clubs in the country. Pageant was one of them. There we go, calling it a club.
Yes.
And you talk about a tough ticket to
Did you
find.
get in?
I was there.
Oh.
I was
Were
there.
you
Lucky.
Did you have
Front
to?
row balcony.
Oh, so you could sit your butt down
No, I stood my butt up
the entire
the
concert?
entire time.
Well, what's it worth a seat if you're not going to
You have to
sit in it?
dance. A little dancing action.
I've seen you dance before.
Well,
I don't know.
I should not have been doing that, but I did.
Everybody's
People were
moving.
watching Green Day. They weren't watching David Shulman.
The song, everybody's doing the do. Come on,
The
baby.
locomotion?
Hey, oh, we're not supposed to say
Nope.
that. Cease and desist. No, wipe that out.
You were just at Union Station. You had trains on the brain.
That's true.
That's understandable.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, other concerts that you have encountered that you say,
Here
this
or
is special.
anywhere?
Oh, right here.
Here, who did I see here? I've seen many here.
I think Kansas maybe made a run here.
They might
but
have.
You know what? Steve Walsh was the singer, right?
He was, yes.
And I got to tell you,
Yeah.
I remember like in 1978, Kearl Auditorium, he would do handstands and play the piano, and it was the weirdest thing. And
He did.
I'm looking at some wires or something for the guy to be upside down, and sure enough, I mean he was
talented.
I mean to tell you, being able to balance like that. But one of these days, well, he's no longer with
He's
the
not.
band.
He's no longer in the band. They still play, not him.
What happened?
I don't know.
Well, why don't you find out? Come on.
I'm going to be right on that. I think it was something to do with
Money, of course.
What a surprise! He wanted more. They wanted to pay him less. Steve's gone.
Surprise, surprise. Oh, wait a second. Well, no, that's good
You
enough.
can say that.
Okay.
Just don't say
Don't
the name of the
credit
show.
it to
don't
anybody.
credit it to you know who.
We're in a big box, and we can't go outside the box. And I want to go outside the box. I want to, come on. But they said, no, you can't do it. So Dan Brown, all right.
There you go.
Where do you go? Last but not least,
Here,
yes.
I do have tickets to see the Flaming Lips that are coming in next year.
can't
They just
wait.
went on sale. Do you know what their claim to fame is during the past few years?
No.
They actually played a show where every audience member could only attend it if they were in their own bubble, literally speaking. The big gerbil balls, not German balls.
It looks like it's a kind of a complicated situation. I mean, I'm not going to get in
Very
some big
complicated.
ball,
People did.
and you're going to do it?
No.
Oh.
That was in the past. This is a normal show.
I mean,
Gerbil balls are not required. Yeah.
I feel like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, for a lot of concerts, they would have free frisbees tossing around, and that was
Yeah.
the old days at the arena.
The arena in Kiel Auditorium.
Yes.
You would walk in and it was just a bunch of smoke and smog. Remember that?
Hell yeah. Well, I think it may have been marijuana smoke.
I'm not claiming what it was, it just existed.
Well, I remember that. True story is Jethro Tull, and I forgot what the warm-up band was, but it was so smoky that when they turned on the lights, I couldn't see the band. I couldn't because it was so some type of smoke. I don't know. I'm not going to cast allegations
We'll
or
guess
whatever.
that's probably what it was.
And then they opened up the
likely.
doors, and then the air went out, and then you're like,
Now
I can breathe
see.
again.
Ian Anderson, he's up there with the flute.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, he hasn't. I mean, a lot of these people that I, like to emulate, some of them are 70s and 80s, and as I speak right here, in a couple months, we're going to see the Rolling Stones again. $250 for a ticket. You know what? It's in 4 tickets. And that's $1,000. But, you know, it's probably their last tour. Yeah, they've been saying that for the last, 40 years. And
do you remember in 1982? I think you were there. You went to the Who's last tour. Remember that?
I did.
It was their last tour. So they said.
Yes, they did.
They seem to be playing still to this day.
They are.
40 years later, just about.
One of my favorite bands at Riverport was Keith Moon and no, not Keith Moon. He's dead.
Yeah, he might have been there in spirit.
Townsend and
Roger Daltrey.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, that was a good concert. They had the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra in the background, which is pretty cool. And he was Daltrey's voice was spot on. Hello, I think you're hub chat. Thank you for the most irritating noise you can ever imagine. So, when we got anything else, we have somebody coming on down here this way, and I have a feeling that.
Okay.
All right.
I think if there's anything else we'll talk about, it's right next to the pageant is the Delmar Hall that was opened recently.
That's true.
Which is another concert venue. It's seats, I think, maybe 600. I think that's about more intimate, but those smaller bands that don't quite fill up the pageant, they can book right next door.
All right. Rock and roll.
It's a great venue to visit as well.
Well, we are at the end of this segment. Yes, and there's really not much else to say. I can't sing any songs because I'll get cease and desist letters, which is kind of, you can say happy birthday to you. Yay, you don't get problems with that. And what's the other one is? London Bridge is falling down.
Yeah, that probably works. That's about traditional.
That's
you could probably sing the Star Spangled Banner whenever you want.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
All right.
We
had a good time here in front of the pageant, and do you have anything else to say?
Live music.
Yes. And
it's good for the soul, good for the spirit.
It gives you something to look forward to. Mm-hmm. I like being, looking forward to a big concert, even the Rolling Stones. But I wonder if you added up their ages, it'd probably be like 500 years, or was it? I shouldn't say that.
Simple math, 70-something times, you have Keith Richards, you have Mick Jagger, you have Charlie Watts.
Oh.
I think those are the originals left, right?
I think
Plus,
so.
Let's say 400 or 500, sure.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. And
All
we're
right.
kicking it, okay?
Nice to have you aboard, and don't change the channel. Please, don't change the channel. We're gonna have good stuff. At Brown & Brown, our phone numbers are easy to remember. In Missouri, just dial all 3s. In Illinois, dial all 8s. So if you've been injured in a car crash or hurt on a job, call now for a free consultation. At Brown & Brown, we'll give you the personal attention that you deserve. We only get paid if you collect, so if you've been hurt in a car crash or hurt on a job, call us now for a free consultation. In Missouri, dial all 3s. In Illinois, dial all 8s. And at Brown & Brown, if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Hi, I'm here with Stacy, and Stacy's a very special person. Why is Stacy a special person? Well,
why am I special?
Tell the audience about your endeavors and what you do for a living, and I think it's very, very uplifting.
Well, I have a company called Rescued and Redeemed. I make wigs and things for cancer patients. I do massages for them and help them out where they're needed. I also work for film production companies. We do local films here. So it's called 4 Feet Off the Ground Production. And I was waiting to come out of my business, and I saw this special man here.
Yay.
So yeah, I'm here right now.
Yes. Well,
excited.
Yes, excited. And you know, it's a beautiful day and everything, and you know, dealing with cancer, you don't say cancer victims. You're supposed to say something else. I don't know what it is.
Well, I have survivors. I keep them uplifted, happy when they're in remission. I just keep them having joy, keep them looking sexy and healthy and having fun. So that's what I love. Yep.
Well, thank you again. I'm gonna give you a hug.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to everybody. And where are we now?
We're at the Hi-Pointe movie theater that's been around since 1922.
1922?
Yes, it's an old theater, but it's still showing movies.
Well, that's good. I mean, to tell you. And I guess the question of the day is, what was your favorite movie that you ever viewed?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, there's a lot, but the recent one that's coming out soon is Cruella de Vil.
Okay.
And that's supposed to be a good movie. So.
You know, the most surprising movie I ever saw was Shrek. The original Shrek. I gotta tell you, this is when my kids were like 3 and 4 and 5 years old, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be another one of these movies and everything else, but I was laughing like crazy. I mean, it was like, you know, when they said two, and it's 3. He's got 3 there. I mean, it was just well put together. Mike Myers, that was his voice, and
Eddie Murphy.
Yes, but Mike Myers at the beginning, I was told, I read that he didn't have the accent, and they said, hey, why don't we stir it up a little bit and have the accent, and he did, and that really helped him out. Probably the best movie, you have to have The Godfather, you just do. You have to have The Godfather Part 2. You know, a couple of Indiana Jones movies, those are always good. And Goodfellas, I mean, it's very violent in some parts. Why am I always, I want something rosy or something like that. I don't want negativity. But,
what about The Goonies?
Could you spell that, please?
The Goonies.
Yes.
Did you ever watch it?
No.
That is one of those movies where you're just like, this is a classic.
It is? I've never heard it. How many years ago has it gone out?
Oh gosh, I think it was released in the 80s sometimes.
Sheesh. That's old. Yeah. Coming from Dan Brown, that's old. But any other movies?
Well, as you said, Shrek is a good classic. If you like Shrek, you would enjoy Mighty Python, the Holy Grail. That's a good one.
That's a very good one.
Yep.
What is it? They had 3 things you had to answer, 3 questions. That was funny. The first one, yeah, okay, we'll do. And the second one, yeah, okay, we'll do. And third one, if I'm mistaken about that, please don't call me. Call my receptionist. We'll note it to you. All right. But yeah, that was a good one. And what other movies? Really, the original Superman. That was pretty good. I mean, for the technology that they had. But I want to divert a little bit. I like the Three Stooges. Wah, 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 wah. Uh-oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. What the heck? And the Three Stooges I can always have turned on, but it's not movie or anything else. But I bet you they showed the Stooges before some of these matinees and everything else. So, and then they had Mighty Mouse, and it was a cartoon in between. But I'm gonna say it, top 10. I'll say another one, Gone with the Wind. It's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
I mean, to tell
it's
you.
long, but it's good.
But now, yeah, well, they had intermission, which is odd. You know, all of a sudden you're like, all right, we'll do an intermission, and it was like, okay.
When you brought it on the DVD, you had to change the CDs out.
Oh, that's true. Is that right? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's another.
At intermission
brain.
time, you put in the next CD.
Oh. What was the classic line from that? Oh, frankly, I don't give a damn. I mean to tell you, that was pretty raw back then, don't you think? 1939.
Yes.
Vivian Leigh, was that her name? I hope so.
I believe so.
Unless she changed her name. The best cartoon you can ever adventure in. The Simpsons. Oh my goodness, when Conan O'Brien took over The Simpsons, it was, and that is year 3, 4, and 5 for if you want to laugh like crazy. And Conan O'Brien was the one impetus, the monorail, and then they had Spock on the Smaratum. You have to watch them, but they were just one hilarious episode after another. And then Conan O'Brien left, and the Simpsons are still going on. So
how many seasons have they had?
I think it's a record. It's probably like 25 years or something like that. But it's still fun to watch them. Well, who am I kidding? I don't even bother with them anymore. How unusual, a ambulance going by a hospital. Boy, who would have thought? Good, and with the lights on. There we go. But hey, God bless them. Hopefully everything turns out okay. Here we are in front of the Hi-Pointe Drive-In. Wow. Well, you say, wow, why? Well, because it's a Hi-Pointe Drive-In. This is an institution. And, the trash containers and everything else, but they got the rocket there. This is the place to be. And they have good food. So if you're ever hungry at 3 o'clock in the morning, roll on in there, and please, don't drink and drive, for goodness sakes. But they renovated it. It used to be a taco place for a long time. Things happen, and now it's the Hi-Pointe. And I got to tell you, where else can you get a meal like that? Especially some barbecue. I like barbecue, but my stomach doesn't. It's not indigestion. It's more or less. Who am I fooling? It is kind of indigestion. I mean, to tell you, I ate too much. But we're here, and we're going to explore a lot of other places, so don't change the channel, please. I got children to feed. Something, anything. Do I have to beg? No! All right, going. Ah! Back again. From whom? From whom? Yes, that's right, isn't it? From whom? From whom? Well, what's a plural of whom?
Whom's?
Whose? Of whose? Please help us. My gosh. My grammar is getting worse instead of better. Who's who?
Who's who?
Well, anyway, we're by the Amoco sign. And when you're going to say, well, what's so big about a Amoco sign? Well, it's a big sign. It's gargantuan. And we're happy to have the tallest Amoco sign in the world. Right here in St. Louis. Could you believe that? This is a monument. Help me out.
Monument.
No.
Monumental.
Monumental. I'm trying to get these words out. Yeah, it's just like, oh man, that's 5 syllables. That's a lot of syllables. Come on, pass me a bit. Yeah. But the Amoco sign is, you can see it from almost anywhere. Well, not anywhere, but in this vicinity, you can see the Amoco sign. So if you need some gas, there's no
way you can miss it.
Yes, I mean, go on in there. And yeah, it's. What do you think about the Amoco sign, young lady?
Well, I can tell you how tall it is.
Well, let's see. Let's hear it.
It's 40 feet tall.
Wait a second. Are you sure it's not 41?
No, I think it's 40.
Okay.
Sure it's 40.
Okay. And what about else?
Well, and it's 60 feet wide.
Jeez, that is pretty good. I
That's a
wonder
pretty
how
long
heavy
sign.
it is. Do you have that? What's the weight of the sign?
No, maybe a ton.
Oh, wait a second here. I thought we had these.
Statistics, I don't have that one.
Well, anyway, it must have been to take it down and put it back up, because it was like 10 years ago they did it.
When did they redo that?
They redid it in 2019, actually,
Oh,
and
my mistake.
honestly, I thought they were like shutting down Amoco, and
Oh.
the whole gas station was shut down. But nope,
Nope.
they're up and running.
I
They just
got
wanted to redo the sign.
I got to tell you, this is I get shivers up and down because of the sign. You know what? We had about 4 years ago, we had the big ketchup bottle, Brooks ketchup, and I thought that was pretty cool. But it's nothing like the Amoco sign. But if you're affiliated with Brooks ketchup, I like Brooks too. So please don't give me grief. I got so many cease and desist letters. I don't have room in my closet for them anymore. So anyway, it's a beautiful day out. It's almost like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Gotcha. Do you know what I'm?
Yes.
Can you sing it? You're probably better than I am.
Oh no, I haven't watched that show in years.
Well,
It
bring
says,
it.
won't you be my
My
neighbor?
Hey! So we're your neighbors, all right? And please don't change the channel. We put a lot of work into this. I have my children to feed. Well, you're pretty self-sufficient now. Who am I kidding? But anyway, this is the place to be, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do this, and then